In the verdant plains of ancient India, nestled along the banks of the river Rohini, lay the kingdom of Kapilavastu. It was here that a prince named Siddhartha Gautama was born around 563 BCE, destined to alter the course of human history with his profound teachings. Siddhartha was born to King Suddhodana and Queen Maya of the Shakya clan. On the night of his birth, Queen Maya dreamt of a white elephant entering her side, a sign interpreted by sages to mean that the child would become either a great king or a supremely enlightened being. Tragically, Queen Maya passed away 7 days after his birth, and Siddhartha was raised by his aunt, Mahaprajapati. From a young age, Siddhartha was ensconced in luxury and protected from the harsh realities of life. The king, wanting his son to follow in his footsteps, surrounded him with all forms of pleasure and shielded him from anything that might provoke thoughts of suffering or renunciation. Despite the king's efforts, Siddhartha's destiny could not be thwarted. At the age of 29, curiosity led him beyond the palace walls. Accompanied by his charioteer Channa, he ventured into the city and witnessed 4 sights that would irrevocably change his life. An old man. Siddhartha was struck by the sight of a bent and aged man, a stark reminder of the inevitable decay that accompanies aging. A sick man. He then saw a man ravaged by disease, exposing him to the suffering inherent in illness. A corpse. The sight of a lifeless body revealed the inescapable reality of death. A holy man. Finally, he encountered a wandering ascetic who had renounced worldly pleasures in search of spiritual liberation. These encounters deeply troubled Siddhartha and stirred a yearning within him to seek a solution to the suffering he had witnessed. Determined to find the truth, Siddhartha made a momentous decision. He renounced his princely life, his luxurious palace, his beloved wife Yasodhara, and his newborn son Rahula. In the stillness of the night, he left the palace, shedding his royal attire for the simple robes of an ascetic. For 6 years, Siddhartha wandered the forests of India, studying under various religious teachers and engaging in severe ascetic practices. He mastered the techniques they taught, but none provided the answers he sought. He realized that neither the extreme of self-indulgence or self-mortification would lead to enlightenment. Emaciated and on the brink of death, Siddhartha recalled a moment of serene concentration from his childhood when he had spontaneously entered a meditative state while sitting under a rose apple tree. He understood then that the path to enlightenment lay in a balanced approach, the middle way between indulgence and asceticism. Revitalized by this insight, Siddhartha accepted a meal of milk rice from a village girl named Sujata, regaining his strength. He then seated himself beneath a Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya, vowing not to rise until he had attained enlightenment. For 49 days, Siddhartha meditated, facing severe temptations and challenges from Mara, the demon representing unwholesome impulses. Mara assaulted him with storms, terrifying visions, and seductive temptresses, but Siddhartha remained steadfast. Finally, on the full moon of Vaisakha, May, Siddhartha penetrated the deepest layers of his mind. He perceived the nature of existence with unparalleled clarity, understanding the causes of suffering and the path to its cessation. He had attained Nirvana, the state of perfect enlightenment, and henceforth was known as the Buddha. Transformed by his enlightenment, the Buddha sought to share his insights with others. He traveled to Sarnath, where he delivered his first sermon to his former companions. In this sermon, known as the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, he expounded the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path. The core principles of his teachings For the next 45 years, the Buddha traveled through India, teaching all who would listen. He established a monastic community, the Sangha, which grew rapidly as people from all walks of life joined in pursuit of enlightenment. The Buddha's teachings emphasized compassion, wisdom, and the impermanence of all things, providing a path for countless individuals to attain liberation from suffering. At the age of 80, the Buddha passed away in Kushinagar, leaving behind a rich legacy of spiritual wisdom that continues to guide millions around the world. His life, a testament to the transformative power of inner discovery, remains a beacon of hope and a source of profound inspiration.